Just give me one moment. Okay, we're also recording this, and it's going to be an awesome, fantastic, live event that we're doing. But I encourage you to do one more thing. एक होता है कि बोलना कि हाँ मुझे सीखना है, और एक होता है committed होना जो आपके action से दिख जाता है, right? How many of you are committed? And don't write I if you're committed. I'll give you a challenge, right? This game, it requires for you to go out there and take action. This game requires for you to go out there. Out there मतलब बाहर नहीं जाना. Out there मतलब in the online world. It requires you to demonstrate personal commitment, and it requires you to do some marketing for yourself and build a personal brand as well. We'll be talking all about that later on, but here's a challenge. Open up your cameras, because this is not a passive event जिसमें you are just lying like this, listening like this कि हाँ चलो देख लेंगे होता है ठीक है. Well, those kind of people can leave, but if you are active and in the game, if you're committed to be ready in the game, turn on your videos right now so I can see your beautiful smiling faces. जो दिखता है वही बिकता है, right? So I'll not like put a lot of pressure, but it's for the sake of personal commitment that you know what, I am in the game. Yeah, we are super fresh. Yes, Aruna, you are looking super fresh, and somebody told me a lot of good things are happening. So congratulations on that. Yeah, awesome. So thank you, all of you, for turning on your videos. And let me just, I almost forgot, I have to lock the meeting. Actually, I'm locking the meeting right now because there's no point learning this entire game with like half knowledge, half information. That's not just dangerous, but it's not even any useful, right? So I'll be locking the meeting. If you are here with me right now, do not log out. Okay, if you log out, you may not be able to join back in. Okay, so I'm locking the meeting right now, and here we go. And others, just turn on your videos. Okay, so now Zoom ne officially keh diya hai, the meeting is logged in, nobody else will be able to join. So thank you, Aruna, Sangeeta, Maharuk, Devendra, Ashish, Yasmin, Sunil, Puneet, for going ahead and turning on your cameras. Okay, so आज बहुत मजे आने वाले हैं. Why? Because we're about to discuss a lot of topics, right? A lot of topics. I want to talk about starting में जो अभी मैं करने वाला हूँ. I want to talk about the whole game of digital marketing and AI freelancing, how the whole game works, and the 4 pillars of this game, right? There's 4 pillars of this game. We'll be talking more about it. There are 2 core skills. There's broad category में 2 core skills हैं. Now these are, I'll be giving you guys some deeper insights into this topic. It's going to be a long topic. It may become technical for a few of you. So that's a challenge I give you. And we'll be talking about how AI has changed the game. I'll be doing a really fun demo जिसमें आपको बहुत मजा आने वाला है. It will at least bring a smile to your face with the power of AI and what it can do. And then the biggest question of them all, how to look for high-paying clients. And questions like, ठीक है Vivek, I'm ready to learn, but then who will pay me? I don't have a background. I'm not a marketing person. I'm not a techie person. My age is this, and I'm like that. Whatever, And then how to charge high fees from clients. I'll also be talking about the mindset, called as the topic is going to be called as the depth of vision and the income potential in this field for you. And then the last thing, now there's going to be a few more topics inside of that, subtopics. And then I'll be talking about the qualification and application for further learning. After this event, some of you will want to learn further from me. Now, it's a disclaimer that while I'm committed to helping as many people as I want, but I cannot help everyone. Because this game, some of the people will be able to do it very simply. Some of the people will be able to do it with a lot of effort and working on their mindset. And some of the people will not be able to do it at all. Okay. So those of you who want to learn from me further and make this a lifelong journey with me, after this, you'll be having a one-to-one call where I'll be qualifying you, whether you are a fit for this, a perfect fit for this game or not, and whether you want to work with me further or not, right? And then we'll be proceeding to, like learning from each other on a lifelong basis, right? So are you guys excited for all of these topics? Just give me a yes in the chat if you're excited to learn all of these things. Yeah. Awesome. So let's begin. And before I begin, I want to share my story with you, that how I got into this game. So please write yes with a lot of exclamation marks if you give me just a couple of minutes so I can share my story with you and all that stuff. Yeah. Let me just open up a few things to show you. couple of things from one of my previous webinars. Yeah, awesome. Acha, how many of you are, this is like the first training that you're attending with me ever? Just write FT. First training, not just related to marketing, but if you're like, before this, I did a lot of training on law of attraction, all that stuff. If you're attending the very first event, मतलब इसके पहले मेरा कोई वेबिनार अटेंड नहीं किया, कोई भी लाइव कॉल पे नहीं आए, कुछ भी नहीं किया, so just write down FT. Yeah, so Saurabh, Neeti, Sunil, yeah, awesome, thank you for showing up today, and it's going to be a great time. Abhishek, awesome. So I want to let you know how I got into this game, right? I've grown up reading some of the most awesome books of all times. And by the way, one more thing is, I do not know for how long this event is going to go. It could be like 1 hour. It could be about 2 hours. I'll try to wrap it up within 90 minutes to 2 hours. But how many of you guys are committed to learn all of these topics with me? Yeah, just write I in the chat, or just write down the number 2 in the chat if you're committed to learn all of these topics and stick till the end of this webinar. Yeah. Yeah, only the first one, your introductory one. Yeah, awesome. So I grew up learning from some of the awesome books, which some of you have heard. Things like books like Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich में एक बहुत अच्छी बात लिखी थी, that whatever the mind of man can believe, whatever the mind of man can think and bring itself to believe, it can achieve. Now, achieving success in this game, actual making money in this game, that requires a few months before the money starts to come in. But guess what? Today is the day of getting a bigger picture about what you personally can accomplish. It's the game of thinking what I can do and is this for me or not. And biggest of them all is believing. If you believe that, I can do this, then nothing can stop you. Nobody can stop you. So my number one purpose of this training that we're doing, of this event that we're doing, is to get your mind to believe. Because if you truly believe that you can do this, you're going to see that the universe conspires, and then you start to see awesome things around you, and step by step things begin to unfold, and the money will start to come in. How many of you truly believe in the idea of think, believe, and achieve? Just write down 3, the number 3 in the chat. If you believe in the idea that, okay, think, believe, and then the achievement, unfolds. That's where things like the law of attraction comes in. But that's not all. Talking about action, I read this book called as Rich Dad, Poor Dad. How many of you have read this? Just write rich in the chat. And when I read this book, my mind, poof, there were fireworks in my mind, and it was just blown away. जिसने ये बुक नहीं पढ़ी, I cannot communicate to you वो जो जज्बात है ना, जो कभी समझाए नहीं जा सकते, वो सिर्फ पढ़ के या एक्सपीरियंस करके ही आते हैं, right? But this book, inspired millions and millions and millions of people, and it talked about how this whole system of the corporate, the 9-to-5 system, was specifically designed to control the middle class people, and to keep the middle class people middle class, and to keep the people as broke as possible. And it was designed by the elite class of people. And जो top of the world में लोग हैं, उन्होंने एक system बना दिया कि चलो, go to school, get a good job, and then continue to work paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And crores and crores and crores of people, they could not think, think about anything beyond this. और वो इसी rat race में फंस के रह गए. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Just write with you in the chat if you're with me, if you understand how this whole game works. And digital marketing is one, it's actually one way, it's a vehicle using which we can escape out of the rat race. And I personally did that too. When I was in my job in 2018, I asked the universe for more money. I said, you know what? I used to wake up early in the morning, used to, go to the office and then come back home very late in the night. I was barely making about 40,000 rupees a month, and I was not satisfied with whatever I was doing. And that's when I had the desire कि हाँ यार कुछ अलग करना है, right? I want to do something different. I want to do something that brings in more money, and I want to move towards financial independence. And when I send that message out into the universe, suddenly I start seeing a lot of these people who are starting to make money online. तरह के businesses लोग कर रहे थे online just by using a computer or a laptop sitting at their home. People were doing blogging, people were doing SEO, people were doing Google ads, people were doing affiliate marketing. and coaching, training, consulting, and e-commerce and print on demand. People were doing all sorts of things, starting up their own YouTube channels. And वो बस एक start था इंडिया में ये सब होने का. अब आज की डेट में क्या हो रहा है? There are people from small villages who have limited access to the internet, and they are making lakhs and lakhs and lakhs of rupees every single month. And I was observing, and I said, you know what? This is something that I want to do. This is something that I genuinely want to do. And I set a proper goal, and I started learning, and I started working towards that goal. And I was finally able to achieve freedom from my job using this exact vehicle of becoming a digital marketing freelancer. In just a matter of 3 months, just a matter of 90 days, I was able to triple my income, make 3 times more money than what I was doing in my job, and working for less than half the number of hours, working for just a couple of hours a day, making 3 times more money. My whole life just shifted, because when I was in my job, I wanted to do a lot more things which I could not do. For example, I wanted to go deeper into spirituality related workshops. I wanted to travel, and literally everything that I wanted, it happened and it came true. Here's a picture of me. I was in the Bangalore ashram of Art of Living, attending a meditation retreat. And then I took a Goa trip with my best friends, who always used to tell me that, Vivek, when will you be free from your job? Here's another picture of me in the left, taking a trekking trip somewhere near Bhintal, and with a random group of strangers who became very good friends in those couple of days. And when we were trekking up the mountain, I remember I was talking to a few Pahadi kids, and I was wearing a wristwatch at that point of time, and the time on that wristwatch was 12 in the noon. दोपहर के 12 बज रहे थे, and I remember it so well that just a few months ago from that point of time, दोपहर let me actually write it. It's called as the Freedom Engineer, and here's the reason why. Wait. So, introducing a term called as Freedom Engineer, based on which our whole learning and everything is based. So, what I realized was that I could not become a computer science engineer, but I learned how to engineer my own freedom from the corporate, lifestyle and the 9 to 5 rat race. And those types of people who want to do this, who are actually able to do that, I call them as freedom engineers, right? So how many of you, someday, somehow, some way, you want to become a freedom engineer and engineer your life the way you want, engineer your lifestyle? And having said that, just write FE in the chat. FE is freedom engineer. And having said that, you want to do a lot of amazing, awesome things for your friends and family, and you want to support a kind of lifestyle for your people, right? Just write down FE in the chat. And other than that, I want to ask you guys one more question. If you were to make more money part-time, how would it change your life? I want you to really think about it for like 10-15 seconds, because it all starts with thinking and then believing, and then the manifestation happens. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes right now and think about it. If you could do all of this, how would your life be different? How would things in your life be different? What all things would you be able to do that you're not able to do today? And most importantly, how would you feel? How would you feel in your mind and your body and in your life? How will people around you respond to you? The person you become? How will it impact their life? Really think about it and really intensify this desire, because it all starts with desire. Whatever the mind of man and bracket woman can think and bring himself or herself to believe, they can achieve. Yeah, awesome. So open your eyes, and if you feel great with that vision that you just created, with that energy, frequency, vibration that you sent out into the universe, just write yes if you feel great. Yes, Chali. So we're going to move forward, and now we're about to get into some of the details, right? So I'll be starting with just like I have my slide with me, but most of it I'll be talking. So make sure you have something to take notes on. If that's what you prefer, you can choose to take some notes. but understanding all of this is really important, right? So the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is how this whole game of digital marketing, consulting, how this whole game works overall. For some of you guys who are hearing this topic for the very first time, how many of you are ready for this topic? Just write down the number 1 if you're ready for the topic number 1, right? So ये पूरा गेम इतना सा है, अगर मैं सिर्फ 1 minute explainer दूं कि you become a digital marketer or you become a digital marketing consultant, whatever fancy name you want to give yourself, and there are lots and lots of businesses out there. कितने तरह के businesses होते हैं? Write it down in the chat. There are, restaurants, there are real estate people, there's all sorts of, coaches and e-commerce brands and D2C brands and doctors and all these people. And you say that, okay, I will run ads for you, or I will do digital marketing for you. I'll do digital marketing for you. And in exchange for your service, you make money. That's how simple the game is. How many of you guys are with me? Just write with you in the chat. Right? That's a simple 1-line definition of how this whole game works. Businesses हैं, हम उनको services देंगे, digital marketing services, and in exchange for our services, they will give us money. Right? बहुत सालों से India has been referred to as the freelance capital of the world. मतलब अगर यूएस में कंपनीज को बैक एंड काम करवाना है, वो इंडिया को रीच आउट करते हैं, राइट? इंडिया हैज ऑलवेज बीन कॉल्ड एज द फ्रीलांस कैपिटल ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, एंड देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन फ्रीलांसिंग यूज्ड टू हैपन. इंडिया के लोग बाहर काम करते थे, बाहर मतलब जाके नहीं, बट ऑनलाइन काम करते थे. बट नाउ इंडिया में स्कोप इज जस्ट अमेजिंग. आई वुड से कि इस टाइम पे, हाँ, सो आशीष इज आस्किंग कैन वी डू इट ऑल एवरीथिंग इंडिविजुअली. सो आशीष, अभी तो स्टार्ट हुआ है इवेंट और आप पूछ रहे हैं कि श्री राम ने ब्रह्मास्त्र कौन से दिन चलाया था, या जिसने भी चलाया था कितने ब्रह्मास्त्र यूज हुए थे वो एंड वाली वॉर में. तो होल्ड ऑन टू योर क्वेश्चंस. इज दिस क्लियर टू एवरीवन? फर्स्ट लेट मी गिव यू ऑल द कंटेंट एंड देन लेटर ऑन इफ वी हैव टाइम, सो ऑल ऑफ दिस विल बी आंसर्ड. ठीक है? द पर्पस ऑफ टुडेज इवेंट इज टू help you discover all the answers by yourself. Right? There's lots and lots of topics. So hold on to it, right? And the answer is yes, you can do everything individually, right? But first, let's understand the opportunity. Right now, what do you think is the most painful problem of every business owner? The most painful problem of every business owner is कि leads नहीं आ रही, धंधा नहीं आ रहा, या ये online काम कैसे करना है वो हमें आता ही नहीं है. And that's where a freelancer comes in. That's where a consultant comes in. कि I'll do all of this for you. So आप अपने बिजनेस पे दिमाग लगाओ और लीड्स कहाँ से आनी है, सेल्स कहाँ से आनी है, इसकी जिम्मेदारी हम लेंगे. राइट? It's one of the most wildly profitable businesses out there. That can be done, part-time. I explored lots and lots of businesses, right? Businesses like coaching and mentoring and speaking. Businesses like e-commerce or print on demand or affiliate marketing. And so many of these businesses, right? And by the way, मैंने इनका बस नाम लिया है, इनके अंदर अपने अपने 10 अलग अलग बिजनेस मॉडल्स हैं काम करने के. But what I realized was that it requires, to some extent, a lot of expertise in all of these fields. It requires for you to invest some money into ads and manage the business and maybe hire a couple of people just to get the business started. But freelancing is that one opportunity that can be done individually by whoever wants to become a freedom engineer. They can start and run it individually, right? अब आप पूछोगे डिजिटल मार्केटिंग में मैं कर क्या सकता हूँ, right? So that's what the rest of the topics are about. But the first thing, the second topic that I want to let you know is what kind of services bring in a lot of money and what kind of services bring in small amount of money. तो इसको हम कहते हैं हाई टिकट वर्सेस लो टिकट. इस टाइम पे देयर आर डिजिटल मार्केटर्स जो घूम रहे हैं 1000 2,000 के काम के लिए और उन्हें मिल नहीं रहा, जो मार्केट में धक्के है जब ज्यादा पैसा जल्दी आए. अब ज्यादा पैसा जल्दी कैसे आएगा? सोशल वो फेसबुक का आज मैंने पोस्ट लिख दिया अपने फॉलोअर्स को दिखा दिया, या ट्विटर पे कुछ डाल दिया, लिंक्डइन पे कुछ डाल दिया, उससे तो नहीं आएगा, बट हाँ फेसबुक पे एड चला दी, यू कैन रीच लैक्स ऑफ पीपल इन अ डे। इंस्टाग्राम पे एड चला दी, यू कैन रीच लैक्स ऑफ पीपल इन अ डे, right? And that's the reason why businesses, they are willing to pay a lot of money. If you are good at what you do, if you're good at what you do, businesses can pay you as high as rupees 30,000, 50,000, right? As high as 1 lakh rupees per month. And this is just India. The India mein highest that I have charged personally is 2 lakh rupees per month for all of this ads and funnels and all that stuff. And if you want to go international, 2x, 2 times कर दो इसको. By the way, लो टिकट में आपको एक और बता देता हूँ, ईमेल राइटिंग, ईमेल मार्केटिंग, ठीक है? इंडिया में मैंने ईमेल मार्केटिंग करी थी, and I was barely paid, rupees 1100 per email, 1100 per email, which is still okay, right? Because email छोटा सा होता है, and the guy didn't even give a bulk order. I had a client from Dubai, and he paid for the same amount. For the same amount, he paid about 2,800 rupees per email, and bulk order of 30 emails. So that's bulk cash. If you go international, it comes in really fast, right? So international का करना है तो इसको और डबल कर दो. It straight away comes in. Now अब कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, क्लाइंट्स ढूंढने कैसे हैं, क्लाइंट से बात कैसे करनी है, दैट्स कमिंग अप इन रेस्ट ऑफ द ट्रेनिंग. बट आर यू गाइज रेडी फॉर इट? यस, जस्ट राइट रेडी इन द चैट, बिकॉज आई जस्ट एक्सप्लेन टू यू दैट ये पूरा गेम काम कैसे करता है, हाई टिकट, लो टिकट, ऑल दैट स्टफ. ठीक है, चलिए तो अब बात करते हैं. देयर आर 2 कोर स्किल्स. द फर्स्ट थिंग इज यू हैव टू और एक पिलर्स वाला टॉपिक भी है, राइट? पिलर्स वाले टॉपिक को भी देख लेते हैं. सो पिलर्स वाला टॉपिक क्या कहता है? देयर आर पिलर्स ऑफ दिस गेम, राइट? द फर्स्ट पिलर इज लर्निंग. आपको पर्सनली सीखना है, गेटिंग गुड विद योर स्किल्स, तभी तो काम कर पाओगे दूसरों के लिए, राइट? नेक्स्ट इज लॉन्चिंग. अब लॉन्चिंग योर सर्विस. लॉन्च करना मतलब सीख लिया, अब डिक्लेयर कर देना कि लोग दिस इज हु आई एम, गेटिंग योर वेबसाइट डन, गेटिंग योर सोशल मीडिया डन, लेटिंग एवरीबडी नो, राइट? एंड देन द नेक्स्ट पिलर इज गेटिंग योर फर्स्ट क्लाइंट, and then the fourth pillar is giving good service. बहुत कमाल की चीजें मैं आपसे बताने वाला हूं इन सभी पिलर्स के अंदर, but these are 4 pillars. These are your 4 pillars. There's 4 pillars of the game, right? तो अब सबसे पहले बात करते हैं लर्निंग एंड गेटिंग गुड विद योर स्किल्स. आपके पर्सनली स्किल्स कितने अच्छे हैं, पहले तो वो है, उसके पहले तो हम बात ही नहीं करते पैसे की, ठीक है? So that's the first thing. Now there are 2 core skills. There are 2 core skills when it comes to your learning. 2 core skills. ठीक है जी? 2 core skills of this whole game. One core skill has got to do with the tools part, and the other has got to do with the copywriting part. There's the copywriting part and there's the tool part. ठीक है? But first that I want to cover, चलो मैं आप पे छोड़ देता हूँ, कौन सा वाला पहले कवर करें, the copywriting part or the tools part? Yeah, let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? Whichever one. Tools part. Okay. So Puneet has said tools, Aruna tools, Neeti tools. Yeah, who else? Devendra tools, Abhishek, सबको tools के बारे में जानना है. Okay, ठीक है. चलो तो पहले मैं आपको समझा देता हूँ what do I mean by the tools, and then we'll come to what do I mean by the copywriting part. ठीक है? देखो सिंपल सा गेम है. मैं आपको एक क्विक आई शो यू समथिंग एंड इसी के थ्रू हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस वाले टॉपिक में भी घुसने वाले हैं, तो इसमें बहुत मजा आने वाला है. सो गिव मी वन मोमेंट, लेट मी जस्ट ओपन अप समथिंग फॉर यू. देखिए, how did you come into my world for the first time? You came in through a Facebook ad or a YouTube ad or an Instagram ad, or it was some ad. Maybe 1 or 2% of you came in through my social media post or whatever. Is everyone with me? Give me a thumbs up. Those of you guys in the video, and others just turn on the video. Okay, give me a thumbs up. Is this clear? मैंने एक ad लगाया था कहीं और वो देखकर आप आ गए हो, ठीक है. Now there are two sides of that ad. एक तो मैंने Facebook का टूल यूज करके उस ad को लॉन्च किया, that's the tool part of it. और वो ad दिखता कैसा था या उस पर लिखा क्या था, that is the copywriting part of it. See, there's some, you open up your phone every day and there are some posts that you see, and then you scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, but then you see an ad and then you're like, oh wow, I must attend this workshop, or let me just find out more about this product, I need this service. जैसे वो ad launch हुआ था, that's the tool part. उसने tools का कुछ magic किया होगा, but आप उस पर रुके, आप you paid attention, you focused on that ad, it got you excited, it got your curiosity, it got you interested, it made you log in, it made you sign up, it made you register, it made you buy. That's the copywriting part. So tool part has got to do with yeah, so tool part का तो और explanation की जरूरत नहीं है, but the copywriting part is, you know, convincing, or in other words, selling, or generating interest, or getting people to take action, or influencing people. It has got to do with the psychology of people, and this is the tools part. You know, the ad tool, the website tool, the landing page tool, the email tool, you know, the AI tool. Are you guys clear with the difference between the two? Just write the number 2 in the chat. तो अगर टूल पार्ट आपको नहीं आता तो एड को लॉन्च ही नहीं कर पाओगे. बट द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड, इट्स नॉट दिस. टूल्स पार्ट तो इतना सिंपल है, इट्स क्रेजी, राइट? बट द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम इज दिस. जहां पे एक फर्क है फ्रीडम इंजीनियर की क्वालिटी में और एक अदर डिजिटल मार्केटर्स में. अ फ्रीडम इंजीनियर क्रिएट्स एन एड दैट्स सो कंपेलिंग that the business owner is happy because leads आ रही हैं, sales आ रही हैं, मस्त काम एकदम चकाचक चल रहा है, right? First, let's talk about the tools part. What I'm about to do is, अगर हम अभी इसमें घुस गए Facebook, email, this and that, तो it's like we can spend 3 days together, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5, and that's like a, you know, उसमें भी tools का part खत्म नहीं होगा. But remember, all of this is about getting you to believe that, you know what, this is something that I can do. This is something that's doable. Acha, I wanna give you guys one more term. You know, this is a term that I use with my friends a lot of time. You know, and that word is doable. Okay, so everybody write doable in the chat. So, मैं आपसे in the next few minutes I'll be asking you a few questions. That is this rocket science or is this doable? Rocket science मतलब अरे बाबा कैसे होगा ये? This up. Just wait. And I'll be working on the core basic knowledge that allows you to fill you up with so much confidence कि हाँ यार मैं कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ, ठीक है? Through an actual you know, demo that I'm just opening up my Facebook ad account and giving you guys that demo, ठीक है? So give me one moment. Yeah, awesome. See, you pick any platform, there are a few common elements in all of them. Okay? There are a few common elements in all of them, जिसके बारे में मैं आपको अभी बताने वाला हूँ, right? So just give me one more quick second. This is just opening up. Okay. See, these common elements that are common to any ads platform, right? Let's look at the tool side, and then let's look at the ad side. Tools, specifically ads. ठीक है? So ads के अंदर there are a few common elements. Platform चाहे कैसा भी दिखता हो, whether it is Facebook ads, Facebook and Instagram go hand in hand, whether it is Google ads, Google and YouTube go hand in hand, right? A Facebook ad looks like this, and I'll just use Facebook because once you understand this, all of this will become very simple. Okay, so I hope you guys can see the screen. Okay, let me just expand it, and this is how a Facebook ad looks. This is an ad that I ran for my Law of Attraction webinar. Okay, अब देखो, हर ad platform में common elements हैं, right? There will be a space where the ad platform will be asking you that, okay, give me, or you can upload an image or a video. So there'll be a space for this image or a video. Okay, there'll be a space for an image or a video. So first, let me write down. They'll always have a space for an image or a video. ठीक है? They'll have space for the text part. लिखना क्या क्या है, कहाँ कहाँ क्या क्या लिखना है, headline है, paragraph है. They'll have space for the text part. ठीक है? Similarly, they'll have space for a position or placement. Placement क्या होती है? आपने देखा होगा कि आपको कुछ एड्स दिखते हैं फेसबुक की न्यूज फीड पे, या चलो इंस्टाग्राम ले लेते हैं, और भी बढ़िया एग्जांपल है. सी, इंस्टाग्राम की आपको न्यूज फीड पे कुछ एड्स दिखेंगे, जैसे ये न्यूज फीड है, यू आर स्क्रॉलिंग दिस एंड दिस इज द न्यूज फीड. ठीक है? कुछ एड्स आपको यहाँ पे दिखते हैं, जैसे ये वाला दिखा है, राइट? दिस इज अ एड, दिख रहा होगा, उस पे एड पे भी एड लिखा है. ठीक है? बट देयर आर सम एड्स दैट यू सी इन द स्टोरी. तो जैसे मैं अगर लेट्स से इफ आई ओपन अप एनी स्टोरी, मेरे दोस्तों की स्टोरीज आ रही हैं, इफ आई ओपन अप एनी स्टोरी, तो मैं स्टोरीज आगे बढ़ाता रहूं तो मेरे को स्टोरी के बीच में ऐड दिख जाएगा. आर यू गाइस क्लियर? तो कुछ एड्स कहीं पे दिख रहे हैं, एक ही ऐप के अंदर बड़ी सारी प्लेसमेंट्स हैं, इसको हम कहते हैं प्लेसमेंट्स. ठीक है? कोई आपको स्टोरी में दिख रहा है, कोई आपको मैसेजेस में ऐड दिखेगा, कोई आपको न्यूज फीड में दिख जाएगा. Just write down the letter P if you're clear with the idea of placements, कि अलग अलग placements होती हैं. Similarly, Google Ads के अंदर आप देखो तो कुछ ads आपको YouTube के starting में दिख जाते हैं, कुछ ads आप Google पे कुछ search कर रहे हो तो दिख जाते हैं. तो these are different placements. कि ये जो आपने image दिखाई है, या ये text दिखाया है, या जो video दिखाई है, वो कहाँ पे दिखाना है? Placements. ठीक है? In a similar way, there is a place for ऑडियंस एंड टारगेटिंग. ठीक है जी? अब टारगेट किसको करना है? सो यू कैन टारगेट, आप कोई भी ऐड बना सकते हो और उसमें कह सकते हो कि आई वांट टू टारगेट 20 to 30 ईयर पीपल. दे हैव टू बी मेल फ्रॉम whatever location you want to enter. You can enter Delhi, Bangalore or any part of the world. ठीक है? तो अगर मैं आपको फेसबुक का एक छोटा सा डेमो दूं, हाउ डज ऑल ऑफ दिस वर्क, ये सब कैसे दिखता है. नाउ दिस इज अ प्लेटफॉर्म. यहां पे देखिए, ऑल ऑफ दिस इज द टेक्स्ट पार्ट. देखो, प्राइमरी टेक्स्ट यहाँ पे है. ठीक है? तो ऑल ऑफ दिस वो आपसे पूछ रहा है कि टेक्स्ट कहाँ पे क्या क्या डालना है, हेडलाइन में क्या डालना है, डिस्क्रिप्शन में क्या डालना है, राइट? वेबसाइट की एक जगह होती है. Then it is going to ask you media कि ad creative media क्या लगानी है. मीडिया मतलब या तो इमेज या वीडियो, there's a couple of other options. तो यहाँ पे मैं एडिट करके वो मीडिया को डाल सकता हूँ. ठीक है? जैसे यहाँ पे मैंने फोटो को यहाँ पे अपलोड कर दिया. ठीक है? सो दीज आर 4-5 सेक्शंस. अगर मैं आपको ऑडियंस का दिखाऊं तो ऑडियंस की भी जगह होती है. लेट मी शो यू, यहाँ पे मैंने ऑडियंस क्या डाली हुई है. So in this, the audience that I have shown is, look at this. यहाँ पे मैंने ऑडियंस डाली हुई है कि एज को डाल दो 25 से 50 का होना चाहिए, लैंग्वेज इंग्लिश होनी चाहिए, पीपल हु आर इंटरेस्टेड इन पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट, एंड लोकेशन मैंने डाली हुई है बैंगलोर, कर्नाटका. गॉट इट? तो ये बेसिक 4-5 चीजें हैं जो हर प्लेटफॉर्म में आपको मिलेंगी. फर्क क्या है? फेसबुक ने क्या किया, ऑडियंस यहाँ पे है, अगले पेज पे क्रिएटिव है, पैराग्राफ है, इमेज है, वीडियो है, ऑल ऑफ दिस इज देयर. गूगल में क्या है, एक पेज पे ये है, एक पेज पे ये है, और पेज आगे बढ़ाते जाओ तो वो अलग चलता है. लिंक्डइन का अलग चलता है, बट सबका सिस्टम एक ही है, घुमा फिरा के 4-5 चीजें ही होती हैं. ये कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म खोल के देख लो, आपको ये देखना है, अच्छा इमेज कहाँ डालनी है, टेक्स्ट कहाँ डालना है, हेडलाइन कहाँ डालनी है, कहाँ पे है वो, टारगेटिंग कहाँ पे है, एज वगैरह एंड लोकेशन कहाँ डालनी है, एंड योर एड विल बी रेडी. अब बताओ, रॉकेट साइंस या डुएबल? राइट डाउन डुएबल इन द चैट इफ दिस इज डुएबल. Here's the thing that I share with people. चलो मैं आपको एक और एग्जाम्पल दे देता हूँ, ईमेल वाले का दे देता हूँ, ठीक है. सो आई सेंट ईमेल्स टू यू, एंड अब ईमेल कैसे काम करता है वो भी देख लो, राइट. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर मैं यहाँ पे जाऊँ, ईमेल का टूल, सो दिस, ये जो मैंने आपको डेमो दिया था, दिस वाज द फेसबुक का टूल, राइट. नाउ लेट मी गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ ईमेल का टूल. सो हाउ डज द ईमेल टूल वर्क? यहाँ पे मैंने जो ईमेल का मुझे सब्जेक्ट लाइन चाहिए वो लिख दिया, और यहाँ पे जो मुझे ईमेल का कंटेंट चाहिए वो लिख दिया. उसके बाद मैंने इसको आगे बढ़ा दिया, कंटिन्यू कर दिया, ठीक है जी. एंड देन आई कैन चूज कि मेरे को ये ईमेल कौन सी ईमेल से भेजना है, किस किस को भेजना है. आई कैन शेड्यूल इट कि ये ईमेल जाएगा कल यानी 22 मई को, और इतने बजे जाएगा. अब बताओ, रॉकेट साइंस है या डुएबल है? राइट डाउन डुएबल इन द चैट. सी, a lot of people tell me कि यार विवेक ये एड्स का ना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है, how will I learn, what will I learn, all that stuff comes in, right? And then I tell them an example. Many years ago, I gifted my mother her first smartphone. She looked at the smartphone and she had already seen me and my sister using that smartphone. And she said, विवेक ये तो बड़ा complicated है, ये मेरे काम का ही नहीं है और ये बड़ा मुश्किल है चलाना, it's too complicated. But I told her, आप फिर भी रखो. Slowly and gradually she got familiar. And then in the COVID time, I'm sure all of you will relate, in the COVID time, she was on YouTube for so many hours watching all these cooking recipe and kitchen hacks. She was on Zoom talking to other, aunties and talking, attending satsangs and live events and all that stuff. She was on WhatsApp video calling people. She was on Facebook scrolling posts. She was on Instagram looking at pictures. How did all this happen? Through a basic logic that you are a user of technology. You are not a creator of technology. अगर मैं आपको अभी WhatsApp पे वीडियो कॉल करता हूँ, do I have to be an engineer who programs the video calling software? No. All I have to do is I just have to open up an app and go to your name and literally click on the button and click on that video camera sign and the video call will start. In a very similar way, all of these tools, getting familiar with few clicks here, few clicks there, and the tool will start and your ad will start. In 2020, I ran a batch of about 10 to 15 people. About 10 to 15 people. No technology background, nothing to do with running ads, digital marketing, and most of the people were above the age of 40. They did not grow up in the technology world. And I said, you know what, I'll get you to create websites, landing pages, ads. I'll get you to use all the tools. How? जहां पे मैं क्लिक कर रहा हूं वहां पे आप क्लिक करो. मैंने यहां क्लिक किया, आप यहां क्लिक करो. मैंने नीचे स्क्रॉल किया, आप नीचे स्क्रॉल करो. मैंने ये कट कॉपी पेस्ट किया, आप कट कॉपी पेस्ट करो. A few weeks later, a few days of practice of this, People started building websites, landing pages, running ads. How? A few clicks here, a few clicks there, and it's all ready. Just like we are using WhatsApp and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and Netflix and Amazon and Zoom for our personal, entertainment, we can use so many of these tools to run ads and do digital marketings and make money. अब बताओ, rocket science or doable? लिखो doable in the chat. Yeah. ठीक है जी. So this is the tools part. अब एक जमाना था, ये जिस 2020 के जमाने की बात कर रहा हूं मैं, चलो मैं अभी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पे आऊंगा, देन वील सर्कल बैक टू द टूल्स पार्ट. ठीक है. सो इज द टूल्स पार्ट क्लियर एंड डूएबल फॉर एवरीवन? गिव मी अ थम्स अप इन द वीडियो, थम्स अप इन द चैट. राइट. तो अब हम बढ़ते हैं कॉपी राइटिंग पार्ट में. इफ यू आर रेडी फॉर कॉपी राइटिंग, जस्ट राइट कॉपी इन द चैट, बिकॉज इट्स लिटरली द नंबर वन स्किल, द नंबर वन स्किल. ठीक है जी. चलिए. सो मैं आपको एक एग्जाम्पल देता हूं, ऑफ कॉपी राइटिंग पार्ट. ठीक है. और अब हम कंपेयर करते हैं दो चीजों को. सो कॉपी पार्ट. ठीक है. कॉपी पार्ट. सो पहले एक एग्जाम्पल से स्टार्ट करते हैं. ठीक है. आपको एक एड दिखा, उस एड में क्या है? It's called as the ultimate public speaking webinar. ठीक है. Ultimate public speaking webinar. और आपको दूसरा ऐड दिखा, 5 secrets of public speaking that made me go from nervousness to a rock star speaker. Which ad would you be more interested in attending? The one, write down the number 1 or the number 2. पढ़ लीजिए और फिर बताइए आपको क्या लगता है, आप कौन सा अटेंड करेंगे और किस पे ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्लिक्स आएंगे, 1 या 2. ठीक है जी. सो ये जो वर्ड्स का खेल है, इट इज वेरी ऑब्वियस. ठीक है. ये जो वर्ड्स का खेल है, राइट, दिस हैज गॉट टू डू विद जो मैंने पहले बोला. द कॉपी पार्ट इज कन्विंसिंग और सेलिंग और जनरेटिंग इंटरेस्ट, गेटिंग पीपल टू टेक एक्शन, इन्फ्लुएंसिंग पीपल. It talks about the psychology of people. All of this comes under the copywriting part. ठीक है जी. अब बताओ, is this, and I want to share with you guys a story of how I made people get really better at it. So back in 2018, अच्छा पहले ये बताओ, is this doable or is this also rocket science, this copywriting part? Yeah, is this doable? चलो अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ how I got people to become like really good at it. ठीक है. So back in 2018, I attended an event. ठीक है. And it was like a free event. It was a seminar, a physical seminar, not a webinar, but it was a seminar. And there was a speaker on stage, and there were like, God knows, 300, 400 people sitting in the audience. It's a free one-day event. And the guy said, let me share with you guys the biggest secret of learning and the biggest secret of getting people to get results. And he said, I want a volunteer. I want somebody to come onto the stage. And a lot of people raised their hands, and he invited a girl to come on the stage. And the girl came on the stage, and he said, look, I want to teach you guys how to make a delicious cup of coffee. So making a cup of coffee has got like 3 or 4 steps. Number 1, you boil some milk. Number 2, you add coffee. Number 3, you add some sugar. Number 4, you stir it up really well. You mix it up really well. And in these 4 steps, the delicious cup of coffee is made. So he grabbed the girl by her hand like this, and then he virtually made 4 steps on the stage. And then he took the girl to the position number 1 on the stage. And then he said, okay, now do the action as if you are pouring some milk into that pan and you're heating up the milk. So she said, she did this, and she did, like this for the heating part. And then he grabbed the girl, and then he moved him to the step number 2. And then he says, okay, imagine that you're putting in some coffee. Then grabs the girl's hand, takes to the position number 3 and says, now imagine that you're adding some sugar. And then grabs the girl's hand and then goes to the step number 4, imagine that you're mixing it up. And then he says the biggest secret, I didn't just tell this girl that, okay, go and make a coffee. I gave this girl a step-by-step recipe of making a coffee. I gave this girl a step-by-step formula of making a delicious cup of coffee. I gave this girl a system, a recipe, a formula, a method. Because people may fail, but systems don't. And then he looked at the audience. He said, how many of you think that using a system or a formula, you'll be able to make a delicious cup of coffee? A lot of people raised their hands. And then he said, I know, first time, maybe a lot of you will fail. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab your hand, and then he actually grabs the girl's hand, and from step 4, he takes the girl back to the step number 1. And then he said, okay, now repeat with me, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And he says, now in the second attempt, how many of you will be able to make a delicious cup of coffee using a system, a method, a recipe, a formula, a process? And then everybody raised their hands. And then he said, maybe you need one more attempt. Maybe you need the third attempt or 4th attempt. But if you are the kind of person who is an action taker, maybe in the 3rd or 4th time, you will be able to do it perfectly well. And that's when I observed all of this. And that's when I realized the power of a system, a method, a recipe, a formula, a process, a step-by-step clear process, almost like a formula. If you use this formula, you will get success. And if you partially get success, you do it again. And then the next time you're going to crack it. And then I looked at copywriting, and I asked myself, are there formulas, or is this just random creative wordplay? And I went deep into it. The more trainings I took on copywriting, the more books I read on copywriting, the more I realized that it has got everything to do with a formula, a method, and a system. Let me give you an example. The reason why all of you unanimously agree that you truly believe that this ad will get more number of clicks is because it's not random wordplay. It's based on a formula, right? And here's the formula. The formula says number plus name plus pain plus pleasure. Oops. Pleasure. That's the formula. This is the formula. So number, 5 secrets. Name, it's the public speaking or whatever thing that you're promoting. Pain, nervousness, pain with which a lot of people can relate to. And pleasure, rockstar speaker. I realized that copywriting is a science and an art both. I started to create all of these formulas for ads and for landing pages and for websites and emails. And when I was, talking to a lot of my trainer friends, there's one person, his name is Ravindra Pawar. I gave him a bunch of my formulas for ads, and his cost of lead, he says, Vivek, I'm running my ads and the cost of lead is 30 rupees. And I gave him this formula, not this formula, but another formula that we use for ads. And I said, implement this formula and watch what happens. Comes back a couple of days later, and then he says, Vivek, I ran the ad based on this formula. Literally the next day, the cost of lead was down by from 30 rupees. Now it's down to 9 rupees. 9 rupees. Because this formula, it made the ad so compelling, so exciting, so amazing that a lot of more people started clicking on the ad. There are formulas for everything. Got it? There are formulas for everything, especially copywriting. Ab batao, if you get access to a lot of these formulas and systems and methods and processes, is copywriting now rocket science or is this doable? Just write down doable in the chat, and then we're about to get into one of the most awesome pieces of this particular webinar. Yeah. And now the topic that I want to talk to you guys about is what's called as the AI madness. AI madness, which is the madness, which is literally the hottest topic right now on the internet. Every digital marketer right now is just literally turned on by this topic of artificial intelligence. It has taken the world by this storm, and it's making people go absolutely 100% crazy because of AI or artificial intelligence. And I want to give you guys a demo of this. ठीक है, तो इसके पहले बात कर लेते हैं कि AI होता क्या है. AI is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. ठीक है. अब क्या है, पहले कॉपीराइटिंग का काम होता था फॉर्मूलाज एंड सिस्टम्स एंड थोड़ा बहुत अपनी क्रिएटिविटी यूज करके या अपनी यू कैन से अपनी इंटेलिजेंस यूज करके. नाउ द गेम इज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. A few months ago, a lot of these AI tools started to come in, and then people start to discover that article writing लेते हैं चलो, right? So if I have to write an article, a well-researched article, I would open up Google Docs and I would start to do some research, think, make notes, and maybe a couple of days later, an article would be ready. A 500-word article or 1,000-word article would be ready. Now there are tools. You can tell that tool that, you know what, I need a 1,000-word article. I need a 1,000-word article in the next 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. It will write down a 1,000-word article for you. That's the power of these AI tools. In a very similar way, if you were to, how many of you have seen lead magnets, like a free ebook or a free video training? It's called as a lead magnet, okay? You can get these bots to write 20, 30 pages of ebooks in a matter of minutes. If I have to record a video tomorrow, a 20 minutes video, and I know my basic topic, chalo theek hai, law of attraction, whatever, I can write that topic and I can get the bot to create 20 minutes of content for me, which I can read word by word in a video in a matter of 2 minutes without using my own brain. If I have to create a 100-day calendar, ki chalo, I have some business and I have to maybe make videos for the next 100 days. मेरे को हर रोज एक वीडियो बनानी है. I can just write it. Give me a 100-day video marketing game plan, and it will give me a 100-day video marketing game plan in a matter of minutes. तो अब मैं चाहता हूँ इसका डेमो करें. Enough talk. How many of you guys want a demo? If you guys want a demo, let me open ChatGPT, and what I want is you tell me any business for which you want to create an ad. कोई भी business बता. mothers. अब देखते हैं क्या आता है. ठीक है, अब देखो. Make it appealing to mothers. Show her your love and appreciation with a safe and reliable companion for her culinary adventures. ठीक है, अब मैं इसको बोल रहा हूँ make it more emotional. Make it more emotional. ठीक है, so loving tribute, all these things इसने कर दिया. So are you guys getting me? कि ये कितना simple है. This is so simple to use. As long as you know what you're doing, as long as you know what you're doing, you have tools to help you run your game free. समझ रहे हैं आप? Give me 3 more ideas to sell. Give me 3 more ad ideas to sell this product. Got it? It's so fast and it's so rapid. It's so amazing. हमारे पास इस टाइम पे कोई एक्सक्यूज नहीं है, because a freedom engineer is a person who is not a hard worker but a smart worker. A freedom engineer is a person who knows how to do जुगाड़. जो नकल करने के लिए अकल चाहिए होती है, अब सिर्फ उतनी सी अकल चाहिए. ठीक है जी. The rest of the game is so simple. So how many of you are with me when I tell you that this whole game of digital marketing, अगर मुझे अपने skills पे काम करना है और अगर मुझे market में किसी के लिए काम करना है, all of this is very doable. It's not rocket science. Just write doable in the chat. All this game is doable. ठीक है जी. So अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. And now let's come to attracting clients. अब आपने you now clear with चलो ठीक है मुझे ये सीखना है and I will be able to do it and this and that and that. I'll be able to do a lot of things. Now when it comes to attracting clients, how will I get clients? Why will somebody pay me money? And most importantly, where are the clients? Many years ago, I heard this statement कि एक कुछ भगवान related statement थी ना कि लोग कहते हैं भगवान कहाँ है, भगवान कहाँ है, भगवान कहाँ है. And then this other person says that I mean तुम्हें भगवान क्यों नहीं दिख रहे, मेरे को तो जहां मैं देख रहा हूं वहां मुझे भगवान दिख रहे हैं. How many of you guys have heard something like this? Just write yes in the chat. Yeah. So in a very similar way, when people say that अच्छा यार where are the clients, I tell them that just randomly go out, either online or go out offline with your eyes closed and open up your eyes and you will see a client, whether it is offline or online. There are lakhs and lakhs and lakhs and lakhs of businesses being started every single month, and all of them need freedom engineers. All of them need high quality digital marketing support. I just did a random search on Facebook, right? Look at this. I just did a random search on Facebook. This says, मैंने Facebook पे डाला, Facebook पे search किया business owners, and then I selected groups. And look at this. There are big groups of business owners just on Facebook. ये पहला ग्रुप देखो, 537K members, मतलब 5,37,000 members हैं इसके अंदर. It's called as small business owners or entrepreneurs. Another one, this has 152K members, 1.5 लाख से ज्यादा members हैं. Another one, 104K, 1,04,000 से ज्यादा members. Startup India, 167K, 1,67,000 members. New startup businesses, 108K, 1,08,000 से ज्यादा members. And this is just Facebook. This is just one keyword search. अब मैंने keyword change कर दिया. Rather than business owners, मैंने यहाँ पे डाला business owners Delhi. Okay, business owners Delhi. And look at this. Delhi business group, 15,000 people. Delhi Business Network, 25,000 people. And these are active groups, by the way. Look at this, 7 posts a day, 10 posts a day, 10 plus posts a day, right? Delhi NCR Restaurant Owner Food Business Network, 14,000 members, right? Delhi NCR Business, 13,000 members. New Delhi and NCR Entrepreneurs and Startup Network, 34,000 members. Startups Delhi, 64,000 members. Startup Business Promotion for Delhi, Noida, Ghaziabad, 57,000 members. And then ये तो बिजनेस की बात हो गई. बिजनेस मतलब बहुत सारे लोग आ जाते हैं. अब इसको मैंने क्या किया, बिजनेस में एक स्पेसिफिक सेगमेंट चूज कर लिया, अपने जैसे लोग. लेट्स सी, कोचेस. मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा कोचेस, जो कोच होते हैं ना, वर्कशॉप वगैरह जो देते हैं. लुक एट दिस, ऑनलाइन कोचेस एंड कंसल्टेंट्स, 103K, 1,03,000 members. High ticket coaches, 19,000 members. Look at this, millionaire mindset, online coaches, consultants, 73,000 members. Coaching, therapy, mentoring, 59,000 people. Coaches, consultant service providers, 20,000 members. Life coaching and empowerment, 34,000 members. Online coaches, consultants, agency owners, 7,500 members. Are you guys getting me? Corporate trainers, 32,000 members. In a very similar way, if you search tech startup या restaurant, कोई भी business के किसी भी उसमें चले जाइए, you'll find like literally lakhs of people. And this is just Facebook. Just Facebook. Imagine what you can do on LinkedIn. The number one strategy, not the number one, but one of the strategies is when you look at someone online, you approach them. 10 लोगों से बात करिए, 4-5 का आपके पास रिप्लाई आएगा, 1-2 आपके साथ फोन पे आ जाएंगे, जूम मीटिंग पे आ जाएंगे. प्रॉब्लम ये नहीं है कि अरे लोग कहाँ हैं, प्रॉब्लम ये है कि कल करेगा, कल करेंगे आराम से. अरे इतना काम कौन करेगा? This is Facebook and LinkedIn. Let me give you another strategy जिसको यूज करके क्लाइंट्स आते हैं, राइट? लुक एट दिस. कोई भी कंपनी का नाम बताइए, या किसी भी मीडियम लेवल या स्मॉल लेवल बिजनेस का नाम बताइए, कोई भी ब्रांड का नाम बताइए. डोंट जस्ट से एप्पल, कि मैं एप्पल के लिए एड्स रन करूंगा. नो, उनका करोड़ों का बजट है, उनकी 20-25 लोगों की एडवर्टाइजिंग टीम होती है. तो दोज आर नॉट आवर टारगेट, बट ऑल दीज पीपल. ठीक है, आलमंड स्वीट हाउस. चलो मैं आपको बताता हूँ. हाँ, तो कोई भी बिजनेस है जो अभी एड्स रन कर रहा है, यू कैन एक्चुअली सर्च फॉर देयर एड्स, राइट? सो कैसे उसको करते हैं, लेट मी शो यू. ठीक है, तो जैसे, या कोई भी आप पर्सनल ब्रांड का नाम बताओ, राइट? चलो मैं आपको सिंपल एग्जांपल से बता देता हूँ. डोमिनोज का एक बार देख लेते हैं. ठीक है, ऑफ कोर्स यू नो कि आप किसको टारगेट कर रहे हो, बट देन डोमिनोज इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल कि अगर आपको देखना है कि डोमिनोज के कौन से एड्स, कितने एड्स चल रहे हैं, राइट? तो ये देखो, दिस इज द पेज, दिस इज द फेसबुक एड्स लाइब्रेरी. ठीक है, इसको कहते हैं, ये फेसबुक ने, मतलब मेटा ने अपनी लाइब्रेरी निकाली हुई है कि तुम्हें किसी के भी ऐड कभी भी सर्च करने हैं, आ जाओ हम बताएंगे. सो यहाँ पे मैंने सर्च किया इंडिया, आप कंट्री डाल सकते हैं, ऑल एड्स, एंड देन मैं जैसे सर्च करता हूँ डोमिनोज पिज्जा इंडिया. लुक एट दिस, ऑल दी एड्स विल शो अप. ये देखो, उन्होंने मई में ये वाले एड्स लॉन्च करे हैं. उनके इस टाइम पे 880 एड्स चल रहे हैं. एंड द लॉन्च्ड इन मई, उन्होंने मई को ये एड्स लॉन्च, ये दिखते हैं आप लोगों को. ठीक है, ये इनकी ऑडियंस को दिखते हैं. लुक एट दिस, ये एड चला, स्टार्टेड रनिंग ऑन 18 मई. ठीक है, तो ऐसे में किसी भी बिजनेस ओनर, जैसे मेरे को दिख रहे हैं कि फलाना फलाना बिजनेस है, मेरे को एड्स भी आ रहे हैं, मैं उनके एड सर्च करके उनको ईमेल कर सकता हूँ कि ये मैंने आपका एड देखा है, एंड आई एम अ सर्टिफाइड डिजिटल मार्केटिंग एंड AI कंसल्टेंट, एंड मुझे लगता है अगर आप ये ऐड में ये चेंज कर दोगे, आपके अच्छे रिजल्ट्स आएंगे. एवरी बिजनेस ओनर वुड लव एंड अप्रिशिएट टू सेव मोर मनी और टू गेट मोर लीड्स. How many of you are with me right now? Right? This is what, देखो, एक होते हैं जो 5-5, 10-10 हज़ार रुपए वाले डिजिटल मार्केटर्स होते हैं, वो कॉल करते हैं, सर अच्छा फेसबुक ऐड चाहिए, कर देंगे, गूगल ऐड चाहिए, कर देंगे. नो, फ्रीडम इंजीनियर्स आर consultants कि hey Mr. Vivek whatever, I saw your ad and here's the thing I recommend कि अगर आप इसको यहाँ पे चेंज कर दें, your cost of lead will come down, your sales will go up, you'll save money, you'll make more money. People will see कि हाँ यार ये बंदा सही कह रहा है, and then you can say let's get on a call. There's an abundant number of clients, abundant. You have no idea, no clue कि अभी जितने भी लोग हैं कितना स्ट्रगल हो रहा है भाई. लोग एंजाइटी की गोलियां खा रहे हैं लैक ऑफ बिजनेस की वजह से, बिजनेस में अप्स एंड डाउन्स की वजह से. Becoming a freedom engineer is not just making money with digital marketing, it's helping them, making them more happy with your services, which in turn affects their lives. So are you guys clear with this, that it's not about कि clients नहीं है, clients हैं, हम reach out नहीं कर रहे, right? Now the next topic that I want to, give me the number 1 if you're with me on this. And there's like hundreds of strategies of reaching out to clients. Everybody do this with your hands when you reach out to clients, and then there are strategies to make clients reach out to you. Both work, but the point you need to remember right now is there's abundance. It's just my skills that need to be there so I can do this game. There's abundance. ठीक है जी? That's the whole game. चलिए, so अब हम start करते हैं the next topic, which is okay fine, I can reach out to clients, I can talk to clients, but what about money? Like how do I make a lot of money with this? How do I get them to pay me a lot of money? How do I charge high ticket? How many of you want to charge high ticket? HT, write down HT in the chat. How to not be a 5-10 हज़ार रुपए वाला digital marketer, and how to become a high ticket consultant, right? How to charge high. Freedom engineers charge high. Freedom engineers don't run after 5-10 हज़ार रुपए वाली services के लिए clients. Right? How to charge high. Now, there's a lot of noise about selling, that if you want to charge high, you need to have sales skills. You got to be an exceptional salesperson. The more you sell, the better you sell, the more money you'll make. And it used to be true a couple of decades ago, maybe. But today the whole game is different. अभी 2 मिनट पहले मैंने एक बात बोली है कि it's not a game of making money for yourself, but it's parallelly एक और game चल रहा है, helping them. So there's a difference between salesman and there's a difference between who a consultant is. A freedom engineer is not a salesman. A freedom engineer is a consultant. Write that down. A freedom engineer is not a salesman. A freedom engineer is a consultant. And I will give you an exact case study right now about how I closed a high ticket. A salesman is like, सर फेसबुक एड्स हाँ लगा देंगे, ईमेल मार्केटिंग कर देंगे, एसईओ कर देंगे, सर ये चाहिए आपको, वो चाहिए आपको, ये भी कर देंगे, वो भी कर देंगे, सब कर देंगे. A salesman is somebody who talks more. You can actually write this down. A salesman is somebody who is pushy. A salesman is somebody who talks more. A salesman is somebody who cares more about his words. And now on the other side, a consultant. A consultant speaks less. A consultant asks more. पूछता ज्यादा है, बोलता कम है. Speaks less, asks more यानी पूछता ज्यादा है, listens more. A salesman sells, वो बेचता है, but a consultant provides a solution for a vision. A solution to reach the vision. These are the keywords. These are the keywords. A solution to reach a vision. That's who a freedom engineer is. A freedom engineer is not a salesman. A freedom engineer is a consultant. Now let me give you a case study. The first client that I landed, first month he paid 30,000 rupees. Next month he paid 40,000 rupees per month. And within 6 months, he was paying me 60,000 rupees a month. Why? Because I served as a consultant. How many of you want a case study कि मैंने उनसे बात कैसे करी? Just write BIO. BIO is bring it on. If you want this case study, how did I talk to that person? What? I mean, how many of you want the biggest lesson in sales and marketing ever? Like how to sell your services by speaking less and not being that salesman. That's what you're about to learn. ठीक है जी? So अब इस case study को देखते हैं. After we're done with the AI madness and looking for clients, let's look at this high ticket case study. Case study. ठीक है जी? Now this client was a coach or a trainer. ठीक है? And coaches and trainers का कैसे होता है? They have what's called as a funnel, or they have a value ladder. Value ladder मतलब या funnel मतलब there are different funnels, there are different ways to operate a coaching, training, consulting business. But one of the most popular ones is you do a free webinar, or like a ₹99 thing or a $299 का एक webinar या workshop किया. Then you sell आपने वो किया और उसके end में you give a product, you give an offer that's like ₹5,000 to 10,000. ठीक है जी? उसके बाद this could be like your basic training जो इनकी होती है, and then there could be an advanced level training that's like something like a 20,000, 20 to 30,000. And then there could be like a super advanced training or a mastery level training that could be like 50,000 or 1 lakh. ठीक है जी? So this is how a funnel works. तो पहले for a coach or a trainer लोग उनके free webinar में आते हैं या 99 rupees की workshop में आते हैं. After that, some of them they buy the ₹5 to 10,000. And then some of them who want to learn further, they buy a 20 to 30,000 rupees का product. And some of them who want to learn further, they buy a 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees plus की कोई like a big long term training. Is this clear? So इसको जैसे कहते हैं हम, इसको नाम भी दे देते हैं. So this is like like an intro webinar or an intro workshop. ठीक है? This they call it as level 1 या L1. This is called as L2. This is called as L3. ठीक है जी? So I was talking to this trainer, and then I asked him, that like there are trainers who are doing उनके webinars में 20 लोग आते हैं, कुछ के 50 लोग आते हैं, कुछ के 100 लोग आते हैं, कुछ के 500 लोग आते हैं, कुछ के 1000 लोग आते हैं. Where do you see yourself? Like how many people webinars do you want to see? आपके webinar में ideally like what would make you happy? कितने लोग आ रहे हैं? And then he said, okay Vivek, 500 people webinar. So I said, okay, how many webinars do you want to do? Twice a month. Now let's look at this case study. Okay? And this is where numbers come in. So I want you to pay a lot of attention so you're able to focus on this. Okay? So this case study, he says, okay, I want this case study. He says, I want 500 people webinars. 500 people webinar मतलब 500 people live in webinars. फिर 500 लोग मेरे हर webinar में आए. I want it twice a week, which is the standard system. Twice a week ये होना चाहिए. And then I asked him a question कि सर अच्छा आप बताओ, आपके webinar में अगर कोई भी webinar है उस पर 500 लोग आ रहे हैं, how many people, so you know that intro webinar में 500 लोग आ रहे हैं, what percentage of people will buy your level 1? And then he said, Vivek, 10%. ठीक है, so let's say 10% यानी ₹5,000 का उनका कोर्स है जिसको खरीदेंगे 10%, यानी 50 लोग, 50 people. 10% of 500 is what? 50 people. Clear? यहाँ से कितना रेवेन्यू आया बताओ चैट पे. How much revenue was created? 25. ठीक है जी, तो 2,50,000 रुपीज का रेवेन्यू आया एक वेबिनार से. ठीक है जी, 2,50,000 का रेवेन्यू आया एक वेबिनार से. अब इसका एक्सपेंस भी होता है. ठीक है, तो रफली ये मैं आपको एक इंफॉर्मेशन दे देता हूं कि अगर 500 लोगों को आपको लाइव लाना है तो 2,000 लीड्स चाहिए, 2,000 लीड्स. ठीक है, पर लीड का हो गया 50 रुपए. तो ये कितना हो गया, एक्सपेंस कितना हो गया बताओ. एक्सपेंस बिकम्स 1 लाख रुपीज. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर विद मी? तो 2.5 लाख रुपए का रेवेन्यू आया, यार ऐसे अनुपम मित्तल कहते हैं 2.5 लाख रुपए का रेवेन्यू आया और 1 लाख रुपए का एक्सपेंस हुआ, यानी 1 लाख रुपए खर्चा किया तब जाके 500 लोग लाइव आए और 2.5 लाख का रेवेन्यू आ गया. ठीक है, तो प्रॉफिट कितना हुआ, 1.5 लाख रुपए. क्लियर है जी? सो नाउ ₹1.5 लाख मैं इसको ग्रीन कर देता हूं. ठीक है, सो दिस विल टेल यू कि दिस इज प्रॉफिट. Is my math okay? Just let me know. Is my math okay? Yeah, just write okay in the chat. ठीक है जी. Let me just make this green real quick. For some reason this color thing is not opening. चलो ठीक है, तो ये भी ऐसे ही ठीक है. Colors. हाँ, 1 lakh is the expense. Thank you. And ₹1.5 lakh is the profit. Okay. So for some reason I'm not able to make it green, but चलो ऐसे ही काम चला लेते हैं. ठीक है, ऐसे ही काम चला लेते हैं. So 1.5 लाख रुपए का प्रॉफिट बन गया. अब इनको सर को करने हैं 2 वेबिनार्स अ वीक करने हैं इनको. ठीक है, 2 वेबिनार्स अ वीक. तो वीकली प्रॉफिट कितना हो गया, 3 लाख रुपए. 1.5 लाख का एक वेबिनार से प्रॉफिट आया, उसको 2 वेबिनार्स अ वीक कर रहे हैं, विच इज अ स्टैंडर्ड थिंग. जो लोग इस फनल को फॉलो करते हैं जनरली दे डू 2 वेबिनार्स अ वीक. ठीक है, तो इनका जो वीकली प्रॉफिट आया, वीकली प्रॉफिट देखते हैं एक वीक में क्या हो रहा है. वीकली प्रॉफिट इज ₹3 lakhs. एंड हाउ मेनी कस्टमर्स केम फ्रॉम वन वेबिनार? 50 कस्टमर्स आ गए, 50 पीपल 50 कस्टमर्स, राइट. सो वीक में कितने आ गए कस्टमर्स? 1 से 50 आए तो 2 से 100 आए, 100 एट लेवल 1. सो लेवल 1 जिन्होंने खरीदा, ये जो लेवल 1 था, यहाँ पे आ गए 100 कस्टमर्स. ठीक है, अब मंथ में कितना हो गया, तो इसको 4 टाइम्स कर देंगे. तो अगर वीकली प्रॉफिट 3 लाख है तो मंथली प्रॉफिट कितना हो गया, बोलो 4 टाइम्स, 12 लाख रुपए. और इसको भी 4 टाइम्स करेंगे. अगर एक हफ्ते में 100 कस्टमर्स आ रहे हैं लेवल 1 पे, तो मंथ में कितने आ गए, 400 कस्टमर्स आ गए लेवल 1 पे. ठीक है जी, 400 कस्टमर्स आ गए लेवल 1 पे. Are you guys with me till now? Just write 400 in the chat if you are with me till now. चलिए, अब मैंने इनसे पूछा, रिमेंबर अ कंसल्टेंट, आई एम नॉट अ सेल्समैन, आई एम अ कंसल्टेंट, ओके। तो मैंने इनसे पूछा कि सर अगर आपके पास लेवल 1 पे आ रहे हैं 400 कस्टमर्स, 400 कस्टमर्स, सो आपको क्या लगता है, आप ही के स्टूडेंट्स हैं ना ये 400 आप ही के स्टूडेंट्स हैं, ठीक है, आपने इन्हें अच्छी सर्विस दे दी, इनमें से कितने लोग लेवल 2 लेंगे और कितने लोग लेवल 3 लेंगे? तो एक जो जनरल इंडस्ट्री स्टैंडर्ड चलता है वो 20% का चलता है, राइट? तो 20% मतलब इसमें से 80 लोग आ जाएंगे लेवल 2 पे और 80 ही लोग आ जाएंगे, यानी कि इसका 20%, सो 80 नहीं होगा, 8 2 16, ठीक है, इसका 20%, समझ गए? 400 का 20% होता है 80, तो उतने लोग लेवल 2 पे आ जाएंगे, एंड उसका एक अगर मैं 20% करूं तो होता है 16, समझ गए? इज दिस क्लियर? अब बात करते हैं रेवेन्यू की। तो यहाँ से आया था 12 लाख का रेवेन्यू, रुपीज 12 लाख फ्रॉम लेवल 1, रेवेन्यू नहीं, प्रॉफिट, सॉरी प्रॉफिट है ना ये, हाँ 1.5 लाख 3 लाख, हाँ 12 लाख। तो यहाँ से प्रॉफिट आया, अब हमने एक्सपेंसेस तो कर दिए, अब इनको बेचने के लिए ये वाला जो तुम्हें नहीं बेचना है वो ट्रेनर का काम है। तो जब ये प्रोडक्ट सेल होते हैं तो इसमें कोई एक्सपेंस थोड़ी लग रहा है, ये तो प्योर प्रॉफिट है। एक बार कस्टमर आपका आ गया तो वो जितना भी खरीद रहा है उसका प्योर प्रॉफिट है। तो हाउ मच इज दिस? लेट्स से अगर मैं इसको 20,000 मान लूं, ओके, सो 20,000 into 80, how much does this become? 16। अब जीरोस लगाते हैं, 0 0 1 2 3 4, ठीक है। तो यहां से और आगे हमारे को 16 lakhs। इज माय मैथ ओके? जस्ट चेक इट, या इट इज 16 lakhs, ठीक है। तो इसको 16 lakhs कर देते हैं, हाँ ओके। और 16 कस्टमर्स यहां से आ रहे हैं, लेट्स से इसको 1 लाख कर देते हैं, ठीक है। सो दिस इज अनदर 16 lakhs, अनदर 16 lakhs, ठीक है। अब ये टोटल कितना हो गया? 16 16 32 एंड 44, ठीक है। दिस टोटल बिकम्स 44 lakhs ऑफ रेवेन्यू। इतना क्लियर है? जस्ट राइट डाउन 44 इन द चैट इफ यू आर विद मी राइट नाउ। 44 lakhs रुपीज का प्रॉफिट हो गया है, ठीक है। और एक्सपेंस कितना हो गया? हमने कैलकुलेट किया था 1 लाख रुपए पर वेबिनार का एक्सपेंस, ठीक है। 1 लाख रुपए पर वेबिनार, हमने 8 वेबिनार किए तो 8 लाख का एक्सपेंस हो गया, 8 लाख का एक्सपेंस हो गया। वो जो टूल्स मैंने आपको दिखाए थे थोड़े उनके भी खर्चे हैं तो हम उन्हें वो बता देते हैं। तो आप मोटा मोटा 9 लाख मान लो, या चलो राउंड फिगर करके भी 10 लाख का एक्सपेंस मान लो, इंक्लूडिंग एड्स, इंक्लूडिंग टूल्स, इंक्लूडिंग एवरीथिंग, ठीक है जी। ये हो गया। अच्छा, दिस इज प्रॉफिट बाय द वे। सो we tell them that look, you spent 10 lakhs and then you earned a profit of 44 lakh rupees, ठीक है। अब मैंने ये सेल थोड़ी किया है, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड। एक होता है कि सपने बेचना, कि ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा। आई डिड नॉट सेल, आई एम अ कंसल्टेंट। ऑल ऑफ दीज आर हिज नंबर्स। जो वो ट्रेनर आया है मार्केट में, जो इतने सालों से काम कर रहा है, उसके नंबर्स हैं, मैंने थोड़ी कुछ किया है। हमने, इफ यू आर विद मी, दीज आर नॉट माई नंबर्स, दीज आर his numbers, these are his projections। जो ये विजन क्रिएट हुआ है 44 लाख के प्रॉफिट का, ये मैं बेच रहा हूं या उसने क्रिएट किया है खुद? जस्ट राइट द लेटर B, B for vision, if you agree with me that he has created it, right? And I told him I can manage all of this for you। जो एड्स आपको चाहिए और जो पीछे की ईमेल मार्केटिंग वगैरह आपको करनी है, I can manage all of this for you at 50,000 rupees per month। Yeah, we shown him the vision created by him। I told him 50,000 rupees a month। His daughter was like 1 or 2 years elder to me and she was trying to sort of like push me down कि वो दोनों गैंग अप होके मेरे से नेगोशिएट कर लें। I said okay, 40,000। The daughter said no, not even 30,000. I said it's for the first month it'll either be 30,000 or I am the only person who gave you this vision and there's nobody else who can set this up for you. Because here's the reason why. जितने भी बाकी freelancers हैं वो सर Facebook ad funnel बना देंगे, ये हो जाएगा वो हो जाएगा. But who gave them the vision? The freedom engineer or the consultant gives them the vision, which is why they'll never be able to forget you. So we agreed for the first month 30,000, and the next month they paid 40,000. 6 months later, they made it 60,000 rupees per month. The time investment from my side, 5 to 7 hours per week. 5 to 7 hours per week. Freedom nazar aa rahi hai log aapko? Just write freedom in the chat if you're able to see that this is just amazing, right? And now let me blow your mind by one of the things that is so true, but अगर ये हमें हमारे personal vision में दिख जाए तो मजा आ जाएगा लाइफ का. Let me ask you guys one more question. What is the best way of marketing? आप डिजिटल की दुनिया से बाहर आ जाओ, just zoom out and look at overall world of marketing. What kind of marketing is the best marketing? आप कुछ लोगों ने सुना होगा ये. No, it's not Facebook ads. What kind of marketing is the best marketing?
Social media marketing. Word of mouth.
Educate the client is okay, but ये एक proper statement है. Blank is the best way of marketing. Yes. Thank you, Prachala Rathod. Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. That's the best way of marketing. कितने लोगों ने सुना है? Just write I if you've heard of this. The word of mouth is the best way of marketing. And suddenly, for a few months, when a freedom engineer starts to work with a client, this client knows a lot of people. जितना काम आपको एक क्लाइंट लाने में लगा था, दूसरा तीसरा चौथा कब आता है आपको पता भी नहीं चलता. Let me show you what happened with me, right? Here's the thing. I want to let you know that you are just one client away. You are just one client away from your freedom. Okay, you're just one client away from your freedom. So there was a client, that I reached out to. There was a client that I reached out to, and he became my client. So client number one, this client I reached out to, this is the client in 2018, when I tell my story, when I was telling my story earlier in my law of attraction webinar में भी जो मैं story बताता हूँ कि I tripled my income because a client came in. This is the client who paid 1.2 lakh rupees per month, right? And I used to work for like 2 or 3 hours a day. That's it. Just got free from my job. Now this client, some people knew him, and I told those some people, I told this other client that I work for this client, and then two new people became my clients because I'm working with this one and this guy has good reviews about me. So these two people, they became my clients. Right? And then what happened was that this third person, so this was a client, paid client. This was also a paid client. ठीक है? And then this third person, this fourth person, which is not a client but was a friend of this client. Okay, so friend of a client, friend of client, ये इसका फ्रेंड था, इसने मुझे, इसने मेरा नंबर दिया एक और जगह, राइट? And then that person became a client. This new guy comes in and then he becomes a client. ठीक है जी, this new guy comes in and this guy refers, this is not a client, this is the friend of a client, and this guy comes in, becomes a client. And then this guy, this paid client, directly gave my number to another friend of his, and this guy became a paid client. And this guy, this new client, he paid me 2 lakh rupees per month. Okay, for those of you who belong to the coaching space, those of you a little bit, maybe you've heard of like some of the people in this space. Just hold on. So I'm going. Okay, you're just one client away. So how many of you truly now believe that you're just one client away? Just write down the number 1 in the chat. Right? And I believe, Puneet, you're writing wow, but I think आपके साथ भी same ही हो रहा है. You observe the similar trend. एक के बाद एक आता रहता है, and then it happens. Right? It happens. और पूरे business world में ऐसे ही होता है. ये सिर्फ एक फ्रीडम इंजीनियर की लाइफ में नहीं होता. This happens in all the business world. आपको कोई मूवी अच्छी लगती है, आप बताते हो ना 4 लोगों को. Yeah, so नीति आप लॉग आउट मत करना, otherwise it won't be able to log you in. Got it? So you're just one client away, and this is the vision that I want you to have. When it comes to my first client, it's okay if I can work for 20,000-30,000 rupees also, right? It's okay, I can do 7 days work for free. I can give some consultation for free. बट ये 1-2 बार फ्री करने से आपको पैसे मिलने लगेंगे, और एक बार पैसे मिलने लगे तो आप 30, 40, 50,000 वाली रेंज में आने लगोगे. Once you come into the 30, 40, 50,000 range, you can go international and straight away 2x your income for the same time invested. There are people who are in a job doing this part-time, and they have hired people to do the work for them to make more money. There are people who cannot, if they are in a job, like how many of you are in a job but you cannot reveal your identity, or money cannot come in to your bank account with another source? There are people who take money in their kid's account or a wife's account or a relative's account, but पैसा आना बंद नहीं होता है. काम करना है तो करना है. It just keeps on. There are no excuses right now. Zero excuses. Skills की कमी है तो सीखे जा सकते हैं. Identity reveal नहीं कर सकते तो किसी और के अकाउंट में आप पैसे ले सकते हैं. अगर आपको इनकम एक्सपैंड करनी है, आप लोगों को हायर भी कर सकते हैं. आप इंटरनेशनल क्लाइंट्स पर भी जा सकते हैं. If you have the depth of vision, you can do anything. And let me share with you a story. We're almost reaching the end of this now. Let me share with you another story talking about the depth of vision. And I heard this by Kevin Trudeau in one of his law of attraction audios. And then he said, you know, I met somebody and that person was looking at a seed. And I asked that person, what do you see? He says, I see a seed. It's food. It's a seed. I can use it as food. खा सकता हूँ इसको. And then he looked at another person, said, look, here's a seed. ये बीज है. What do you see? He says, I see
I have
a
interest in
plant.
eating.
He goes to another person. He says, here's a seed. What do you see? And you know what that person said? I can see houses, wooden houses getting constructed. How? Because the seed, if I plant it, it will become a plant. And that plant will become a big tree. And that tree can be used for wooden houses. So I don't see a seed. I see that wooden house. 80%, 90% of the entrepreneurs in digital space, they started their career by giving digital marketing services. There's a person, let me give you an example. His name is Siddharth Rajshekhar. For many years, कुछ महीने हैं कोचिंग में आ रहे हो, पढ़ाई करो. अब वो तैयारी होनी स्टार्ट हो गई +2 में कि 10th class.
I'm taking 1 lakh.
So before I talk about my program and all that stuff, as a summary, I will say that any and everyone, in my emails I've told you that this is not a thing for a lazy person, but any and everyone who puts the time, energy, efforts for 3 to 4 months can learn and master these skills. It does not matter, कोई बिजनेस ओनर को फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा आपकी डिग्री कौन सी है, आपकी एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है, आप दिखते कैसे हो. If you speak like a consultant and if you work like a consultant as a freedom engineer, nobody cares. उसको अपने भाई वो रात में सो नहीं पा रहा अपने धंधे की वजह से यार, वो तुम्हारी क्या डिग्रियां देखता फिरेगा, वो तुम्हारा रिज्यूमे चेक करेगा? नहीं. All of this is so new. There is an official body in India that certifies that okay, so and so person is a doctor. But when it comes to digital marketing, it's you being a consultant who certifies yourself that you know what, I am like this. Doesn't matter. There are people making lakhs of rupees a month. They come from a village. They look like village people. They earn lakhs of rupees every single month, doing this and doing that online. So all this traditional game, मेरी डिग्री कौन सी है, मेरा बैकग्राउंड कैसा है, मेरा एक्सपीरियंस कितना है, मेरा रिज्यूमे कैसा है, ये उस सेटअप के लिए काम करता है. वो जो ट्रेडिशनल गेम होता है हमारा कि go to school, go to college, get a master's degree, get a job, and then all of this traditional thing that my degree, my qualification, my experience, my resume, ये वो गेम अलग है. This is a game of value creation. This is a game of skills. It's a game of hustle. It's a new life altogether. It's a new birth altogether. Got it? So now, like I said, as much as I want to help everyone, I cannot help everyone. In fact, I don't even know you. You spent 2 hours with me, but I don't know whether you can do this or not, right? And I cannot emphasize that this is not for everyone. There's only for a few limited people who actually can do this. And for those types of people, I want to take 10 to 12 minutes to present my program. So please write yes in the chat if you want to know more about my program and how you and I can spend the next 3 months, 6 months, and a lot of time in the future to work. And it's a training program where you'll be getting a lot of support right from skills, mentoring, knowledge, and of course my best created systems. Okay? And there'll be an application criteria as well because there are limited spots. Nobody can just pay and enroll and come in. There's a qualification criteria जिसके बारे में मैं अभी आपको बताने वाला हूँ. But first, let me present the program. Okay? So the topics, I think I've pretty much covered everything. And now let's come to this. So the program I want to introduce to you, it's called as the Freedom Engineering Mentorship. And the Freedom Engineering Mentorship contains everything you need to become an expert at digital skills, everything that we have talked about, everything that you need to become a highly paid freelancer or a consultant, how to never run out of clients, how to expand your income, how to achieve the freedom from your current job or your current business, or some of you are housewives and stuff, even they can do this. Achieve your financial dreams, do more financially for your family, secure your future and become a bulletproof become bulletproof against the recession or the next COVID type situation. And this mentorship will allow you to make more money whether the economy goes up and down. Because right now, even if a stock market crash comes in, even if the pandemic comes in, the worst calamity, the worst disaster comes in, digital marketing is one thing that will continue to run like clockwork. That will continue to run like clockwork. ये काम नहीं रुकने वाला, चाहे दुनिया खत्म हो जाए, right? हो ही नहीं सकता. So here's everything what you'll be getting access to. So today you'll be getting access to a lot of courses, live training where you can learn all of this from me, and you can get amazing support driven by a community. Okay, so here's everything that you get today. First thing that you get, and I'll tell you the qualification criteria as well, because not everyone can just pay and get in. There's a limited number of people that we can accommodate this month. Okay, so here's everything you get. The first is my course called as Digital Marketing Mastery, which, like I said, it's 3 months mentoring, because in 3 months, pretty much 3.5 to 4 months, you can pretty much master all of this. The value of this is 49,999 rupees. The next thing that you get is what's called as AI Mastery, where I go in depth into the whole artificial intelligence and how all of that game works. That's worth 29,999 rupees. The next thing that you get is 2 support calls twice a week. So here's how this works. There's going to be online courses, there's going to be live training with me, and then there's going to be support calls as well, where you can come in, and in that support call, you can ask me any questions, you can seek help. Initially, you're going to need these support calls to learn and master your skills. Then you'll need these support calls if you need help attracting clients, that I'm doing this, what do I do this, how do I do that? Then if you're working with a client and if some situation comes in that, okay, this ad is not working or my cost has gone up, you'll need that support call. So it's kind of like an end-to-end journey. It's kind of like a support from the starting point, from the point A to point Z, until and unless you become an expert. So there's no time limit on this. You can use this support for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, wherever you want. There is no time limit. Got it? Now, the next thing that you get is live training of major updates. So for example, all of this, I'm about to start the live training for all of this. अब 6 महीने बाद, 1 साल बाद भी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की वर्ल्ड में या कुछ ना कुछ नए अपडेट्स आते रहेंगे. So you will get further live trainings for all of that. Now the support calls lifetime access is 34,999, and the live training for major updates will be 19,999 rupees. The next thing that you get is a winning community. Winning community is super important, because here's the thing: if you are a digital marketer sitting alone at your home, you're trying to learn skills, but it's a struggle, it's not happening. You don't have like-minded people. You're trying to work with a client, you're not getting clients. You're trying to seek support, there is no support. Versus you have a community where you have an environment in which people help people. Let me tell you how I got this $1,000 clients. Ye kar le ho jayega. Similarly, you can help other people. So a community makes your learnings go 10x speed, 10x faster. And that's where a community-based learning is the best. There's lots and lots of people giving a batch-wise training कि हमारा अगले महीने से ये फलाना बैच है. उसका डिसएडवांटेज क्या है? 3 महीने वो बैच चलता है, फिर 3 महीने के बाद सेम कंटेंट अगेन. सो लेट्स से अगर आपको एक वीक में 4 घंटे की ट्रेनिंग मिल रही है, अब वो बार बार सेम ट्रेनिंग बार बार हर बैच में आती है. That's not the learning method of the future. The learning method of the future is live plus updates. कि अगर मैंने ये चीज आज सीखी है तो मैं इसकी डेप्थ में जाऊं, and then I have a discussion about it in the next Q&A call. So the learnings keep on building at the top of each other. तो आज हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की ट्रेनिंग कर रहे हैं, कल कुछ नया आ जाएगा, बट उस बंदे का बैच 3 महीने का ही रहेगा. राइट? दैट्स द एडवांटेज ऑफ अ कम्युनिटी. तो इसको हम कहते हैं मास्टरमाइंड बेस्ड लर्निंग और कम्युनिटी बेस्ड लर्निंग, वेयर यू हैव एवरीथिंग. यू हैव कोर्सेज, you have live training, you have support calls, and you have a community. So it becomes like a self-fulfilling ecosystem. The best way to learn in today's world. ठीक है जी? So you get a winning community that's worth 24,999 rupees. Next, you get a digital marketing and AI consultant certification The certification is not for you to show off other people ki acha I'm certified, but I'll be taking you guys through a certification program, a 3-month certification program that has assignments, and you clear all of those assignments and you get a certification. The certification is to boost your skills in your eyes. Okay, when it comes to clients, nobody cares for the certification, but still, if you believe that if you become certified and it will give you more confidence, we still give you a digital marketing an AI consultant certificate. Okay, so now you're certified and you can use it however you want to use it. So this certification program is worth 25,000 rupees. Now, the total value of all of this is 1,84,999 rupees. Okay. Now, along with this, that's not all. You get a few bonuses. These bonuses are designed to make success faster and simpler for you. How will success be made faster and simpler? Well, there are few stages. आपकी जो जर्नी है उसके अंदर कई सारे stages आने वाले हैं. कई सारे मतलब 4-5. First is for the next few months you'll be learning and you will be building your skills. ठीक है? And for that, all of this is there for learning, support calls, assignments, all of that. उससे आपकी learning होगी. The next thing is you have to do your launch planning. कि अब मुझे कौन से बिजनेसेस को टारगेट करना है, कौन सी कंट्री के क्लाइंट्स को टारगेट करना है, क्या क्या सर्विस देनी है, कितने पैसे लेने हैं और ये सब कैसे करना है. So for that I give you guys the bonus number 1, which is the service and pricing cheat sheet. Now in this one Google sheet you're going to have what services you can choose to offer. So कौन सी कंट्रीज में आप टारगेट कर सकते हो क्लाइंट्स को, कौन कौन सी इंडस्ट्रीज एंड नेचर ऑफ बिजनेसेस को जा सकते हो, कौन सी सर्विस कितने प्राइसिंग में दे सकते हो, ऑल्सो नोन एज कि आपकी निश क्या होगी. दिस वन डॉक्यूमेंट इज वर्थ 10,000 रुपीज बिकॉज दुनिया में स्ट्रगल सबसे बड़ा यही है, कौन से क्लाइंट के पास जाऊं, कितने पैसे लूं, क्या क्या सर्विसेज दूं, वो पता ही नहीं है. राइट, देयर इज वन गाय who used to message me a lot, you know, just like in my initial days I used to run after a lot of these digital marketers and business owners. There's one guy who used to message me a lot, you know, he told me मैं आपके लिए ads run कर देता हूँ, I admire you a lot, your copywriting is great, your webinars are great, this is awesome, that is awesome. And then he told me all about his struggles, that I have these skills but I'm not making money, मेरे पास clients ही नहीं आ रहे. Out of this Google sheet I gave him one method that look, जो तू सर्विस दे रहा है मार्केट में वो गलत है, उसको ऐसे reposition कर. And he did that. A month later he comes back and he says, Vivek, I got 2 clients, they pay me 50,000 a month now. Right? And I asked that guy, he gave me a glowing video, like ऐसे glow कर रहा था उसका चेहरा कि I'm so joyful, I don't have words, this advice and that you've given me. And I told that idiot that okay, why don't you give me a like a testimonial, you know, maybe I can share your name and this story in my webinars, it will give people the confidence. And he said no, you know. So such thankless people also exist in the market, but I'm still happy that okay, this advice that is there in this service checklist, it gave him 1 lakh rupees every single month, you know. बिकॉज 90% स्ट्रेस खत्म हो जाता है अगर आपको क्लियर है ये टाइप का बिजनेस है, इतने पैसे देगा, सर्विस ये होगी, चलो लेट्स लुक फॉर दैट. ठीक है, सो दैट्स व्हाट दिस चीट शीट इज गोना डू फॉर यू. द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज आपकी लॉन्च की प्लानिंग हो गई. अब आपको क्या करना है, आपके लॉन्च को आपको सेटअप करना है. तो आपकी अपनी वेबसाइट होनी चाहिए, यू नो योर सोशल मीडिया हैंडल शुड ऑल ऑफ दैट बी रेडी. Your LinkedIn should look in a certain way. Your Facebook should look in a certain way. Your website should look in a certain way. Whether you want to make it a personal brand, that's up to you. If you think I don't want to reveal my identity, you start it by the name XYZ Digital Marketing Agency. कुछ भी नाम दे सकते हो. But in this, here's what you're gonna get. Number 1, you're gonna get a personal branding templates. So templates as in, let this load. Yeah. So for a freelancer, agency, consultant, ready templates about how your website should look, how your social media handles should look. Social media में भी बायो कैसी होनी चाहिए, कवर पिक कैसी होनी चाहिए, डीपी कैसी होनी चाहिए, मैसेजिंग किस तरह की होनी चाहिए, all of that. Your lead magnet and funnel templates, all of them, I'll give them to you, so you can just copy and paste and get started without using, you know, without going through all of that stress. ठीक है? All of this is valued at 21,000 rupees. You get this today. The next thing you need is getting your first client. अब नेक्स्ट आपका सेटअप हो गया, सोशल मीडिया सब कुछ रेडी हो गया, अब आपको चाहिए पहला क्लाइंट. सो I'll give you guys a 30-day challenge to get your first client, and I'll give you guys a game plan. Exactly what to do in your first 30 days of launch. I'll give you day by day. कि day 1 को आपको ये करना है, day 2, day 3, small activities that you can do to reach out to clients and to make those clients reach out to you. Again, remember the idea of just randomly going out into the market and looking for clients versus following a recipe, a system, a formula, a method, a process, a step-by-step thing, that this is what I do in the first 30 days and I'll get clients. You start getting clients, you'll get your first client, and then a couple of weeks later, a couple of months later, you know what's going to happen. Somebody in his friend list is going to reach out to you, and you know, somebody who he knows and that guy knows and that guy knows, and a friend of that is going to reach out to you, and you'll build your referral pool, and you'll never run out of clients. It all starts with one client. You're just one client away, like I proved to you previously. And this 30-day challenge that I'll put you on, it's going to be like a game plan. This is worth 15,000 rupees, and today you're going to get this. Next thing, client closing kit. सिर्फ बातें करने से कुछ नहीं होता. It has to be done in a specific format. So ready-made resources to help you for client closing. So how you have to send the emails, there are email templates that I'll give you. Step-by-step presentation. In fact, the presentation that I showed you, it's almost like a 12 to 13 step presentation. तो उसको उस recipe, system, formula से करते हो, you turn people into clients who pay you a lot of money. So I'll give you, even if today I have to do a presentation with somebody, I'll do that 12 step thing, जिसमें मैं पूछ ज़्यादा रहा हूँ, बोल कम रहा हूँ, सुन ज़्यादा रहा हूँ, vision create कर रहा हूँ. That's a 12 step process, and you're gonna get that. So even if you think that, oh, Vivek, my communication skills, I can't talk, you don't need to talk. Just shut up, ask more, listen more, help him create a vision, and it's a 12-step process that you have to do. Okay? Don't be a salesman. And then proposal templates. Sometimes you'll be required to send them proposals. So I'll give you templates of proposals. I'll give you service agreement templates, which you and the client will be signing, and then they pay you money. Okay? So all of these assets, they're assets, they're worth 30,000 rupees. You get them today. The next thing is giving good service. अब क्या है, आपके पास client आ गया, अब आपको उसको अच्छी सर्विस भी देनी है. तो ये कैसे होता है? I'll give you a few bonuses. Number 1, client service flowchart step by step. अब client ने आपको पैसे दे दिए, step by step process to give them a high quality service to client. What to do first, and then उसके बाद क्या करना है, उसके बाद क्या करना है, right? So for example, I'll tell you, सबसे पहले in the first meeting, do a market research. Then Step 2, get into ads. Step 3, get into this. So it's a step-by-step process. It's a flow chart which you can keep on tick, and you'll end up giving them a good quality service. Is that clear? So it's a process. It's a flow chart. Everything in the Freedom Engineering mentorship comes down to a process, a system, a formula, recipe, method. That's what you're getting. And then the next thing, एक बार आपकी process flowchart पूरा ready हो गया, you start to work. The next thing that you're going to do is you need industry-wise design template. अब आप उसके लिए कुछ designs बना रहे हो. So I'll give you 100+ templates that contains ready-to-make templates for ads का design कैसा होना चाहिए, website कैसी होनी चाहिए, landing pages कैसे होना चाहिए, product images का design कैसा होना चाहिए. I'll give you 100+ templates. Now you don't have to become this creative genius कि अच्छा मैं बताऊंगा design कैसा होता है. नहीं. These templates, they work in the market, they make the most money, they get the hottest leads. Use them and you will give them good service. अपना दिमाग तब लगाना जब 4, 5, 6 clients को आप service कर चुके हो, then you use your own brain. But if you want to give high quality service to the first client that you land, use these templates. ठीक है जी? Okay. Now this is worth 25,000 and you get this today. The next thing is industry-wise copywriting template. जैसे मैंने पहले आपको एक formula दिया था, number plus name plus pain plus pleasure. There are 100+ templates that contain ready-made copywriting templates for ads कैसे होनी चाहिए various platform पे, website का content कैसा होना चाहिए, landing page की copywriting कैसी होनी चाहिए, emails की कैसी होनी चाहिए, etc. 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 Okay? Copywriting, I can turn a person who thinks he is not creative right now and who thinks he cannot do copywriting and turn them into freedom engineers with world-class copywriting thing. Why? Because most of the clients that I got, all these top clients इनके मैंने नाम लिए थे, the one skill which I hammered over and over and over again was copywriting. Freedom Engineering Mentorship is going to give you one of the topmost trainings and formulas and systems in copywriting that you can ever imagine. And the number one skill in all of the online world is copywriting. Because the ad, you can spend money in the ad, you can make that ad go live very simply with this tool or that tool. But if the words on that ad cannot sell, if the words cannot convince, if the words cannot make money, it's gone. Money down the drain. And this is the place where you master copywriting. This I'm sure of. Okay? Done. So this is the bonus number 7 that you're getting. So here's everything that you're getting. All of these bonuses that make your success faster at every step of your journey. These bonuses, they're worth 1,41,000 rupees. Okay? So here's everything that you're getting, the main training, the live support, this bonus, that bonus, and the grand total value of all of this is 3,25,995 rupees. Got it? Now, there's a special price that's there for charter members. Charter members, because we are starting this up next month. हम इसको next month start कर रहे हैं, and already a few people have enrolled in this. The charter member price is 1 lakh rupees plus GST. ठीक है? अब this is not for everyone. It's not like you by chance send me 1 lakh rupees and you will be entered into the program. ऐसा नहीं होने वाला. There's an application process. So how the application process is going to work is, I'll give you a link right now where you have to deposit just 1,000 rupees. Okay, clear? So step 1 is you make a application fee of 1,000 rupees. After that, you and I will have a call. So us call pe, it will be like a qualification call where I will be asking you a few questions to identify whether you are a right fit for this or not. If I believe that for some reason you're not ready for it, so I'll give you an honest feedback and I will refund your 1,000 rupees. If after the call you think that, Vivek, you know what, this is not something that I want, in that case you are not interested in the program, in that case also I'll give you back your 1,000 rupees. So no matter what the case is, 1,000 rupees that you make today is an application fee and it is totally refundable. Is that clear? Give me a thumbs up. So that 1,000 rupees is totally refundable. Now, if it's a good fit, if I feel that, you know what, you're an awesome fit, you'll do well with the Freedom Engineering Mentorship, and if you feel that, you know what, wow, I'm so lucky that I'm getting into the Freedom Mentorship, which means if you and I like each other, if it's a match, here's what's going to happen. I'll give you a further concession or a discount, whatever you want to call it. And if you and I like each other, I'll let you enroll for the lifetime access of Freedom Mentorship Program, Freedom Engineering Mentorship Program, for just a one-time payment of 51,000 rupees if you are qualified. And that's all inclusive of the GST and everything. Okay? If we discover that you and I are not a good fit, your 1,000 rupees will be returned to you, refunded to you. And if you are qualified, if you really want this, then you can get in by making the payment of rest of the 50,000 rupees and you will be enrolled into this program. Good deal? So now what I'm about to do is I'll give you guys the InstaMojo link where you guys can go ahead and deposit. Now there's a limit to how many number of people we can take, which I'll tell you in a minute, but hold on. Let me first give you the link in the chat right now. Okay. So here's the link, rupees 1,000 application fee. Okay? Because I only want the number of the people who are very serious for this. That's the reason why this application fee is there, and this is also refundable. ठीक है, वो आपको वापस हो जाएंगे if I reject